Hello today. I'm just going to do some more maths with you, if that's all right. And just want to start with some geometry or some angles. I just want to show you this. Thank you for looking at that. And then I'm going to explain it to you. Right. So these are the interior angles here. And 108 times 5 gives you 540 degrees. Just wanted you to see that. And then 120 times 6 gives you 720 degrees. Thank you for looking at that. And then 144 times 10 is... sorry about this, just a minute. Just want you to see that. Thank you. So these are the interior angles. And so 120 times 6, 135 times 8, 140 times 9, and 144 times 10. And these are the exterior ones here. 360, divide that by 5 gives you 72. 360, divide that by 6 gives you 60. 360 divide that by 8 gives you 45. 360 divide that by 10 gives you 36. Thank you for looking at that. And on this side, I've got there are three triangles fit into the pentagon shape. Thank you for looking at that. And then, of course, you could have the three triangles for the pentagon could be composed of 72, two 72s and a 36, or two 36s and 108. So you could have a bit of fun doing that, and then so you could have two of those and one of those because there've got to be three triangles for the pentagon. So that's how it works. And then 180 times 4 for the hexagon, it's 700. It's 4 triangles, and it's 720 degrees. 720 degrees here. And then I've got the 180 times 5 for the septagon, I think. 180 times 6 for the octagon, because there are 6 triangles in the octagon, 7 triangles in the nonagon, and 8 triangles in the decagon. Thank you for looking at that. And also, if you want to do the nonagon, you could actually have 140 and 40 to make up 100 to make it up to 180. Or you could have the two 70s and a 40. So it adds up to 180. Lovely. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Sometimes you do get questions like, so for example, where you have to say 360 divide that by 10 to get you 36 degrees for the exterior, let's say for the decagon. So I just thought I'd say that to you. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Thanks. Right. So yeah, there are 3 triangles for the pentagon, and as I said, 7 triangles for the nonagon. So and 5 for the septagon, 6 for the octagon, 8 for the decagon, and 4 for the hexagon. 4 triangles, and it comes to 180. So I just thought I'd say that to you. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Right, I just want to do some other things now. I just want to do some fractions with you very quickly now, if that's all right. Some fractions, yeah. So if I Right. Just got that here for you. That. This is an adding up fraction I want to show you. And so the whole numbers are 10 and 5. So I put there 15 for that. Now, this is how I do it, and it's quite a good way of doing it. You diagonally say, so just pretend, don't look at the whole numbers now. The 10 and the 5, just ignore those. So you just look at the 1/5 and the 5/8. So what you say is, here, you say 5/8 are 40, because you do it diagonally, like that. And you say 1/8 is 8. So that comes to 48. That comes to 48. And then you say, what 8 and 8, what do they go into? Well, I'm going to go for 64. Now, some people might think that's too high, but I'm going to do it this way. So that's 48 over, sorry, that's 48 over 64. And it's handy to know your tables. You know, you know up to 12. It's important to know your times tables for this one. So you say 48 over 64. So 48 is the numerator and 64 is the denominator. Denominator, numerator. And then you just keep cancelling it down. So if you go 24, 32... So then you've got to 2432, and it's still not over yet. We haven't got to the final answer yet. And then you say 12 over 60. It's still not the final answer. Still not. The answer is 3/4. That's the final answer. Thank you for looking at that. So, yeah, we've cancelled. That's so 3/4 is the final answer. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Lovely. Lovely. That's the final answer. Thank you. 3/4 is the final answer. Thank you for that. And I'm going to do another one now. I'm going to do this one here. Again, it's the same way of doing it. I diagonally say 8 times 3 and 1/8. That gives you 30. So 8 3s are 24. And 1/8 is 8. So that's 32 there. That's 32 for that bit. You diagonally multiply them. And then you say 32. You could say again, what do 8 and 8 go into? Well, that's 64. Again, some people could say I've gone too high here, but I'll just do it the way I think, or the way I prefer doing it. So then you say 32 over 64, and this isn't the final answer here. It's not the final answer, because the other answer was 3/4, 3 over 4, and I'll just do it the way. I find it easier. So 32 over 64, well, you could say 16 over 32. And again, this isn't the final answer. 8 over 16. And then 4 over 8. And that is the final answer. 4 over 8 is the final answer. Thank you for that. That's the 4 over 8. But you just have to keep cancelling it down all the time. So 32 over 64, 16 over 32, 8 over 16, and then it's 4/8. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Right. And I'm going to do a subtracting one now, minus 1. Right, I'll do this one here. Now, 4/5 minus 1/5 there. And then I'm going to do it this way. 1/5 is 5, minus 4 5s are 20. So it's 20 minus 5 there, because you diagonally multiply them. 1/5 is 5, and 4 5s are 20. So 20 minus 5 becomes 15. So you've got your 15 here. And then you say, what do 5 go into? Well, that's 25. So then it's 15 over 25. Right, so it's 15 over 25. And 15 over 25 becomes 3 over 5. So the final answer is 3/5 here. That's the final answer. Equals 3/5. Yeah, thank you for looking at that. Thank you. So 15 over 25 equals 3 over 5. So I just wanted to show you that. Thank you for looking at that. Yeah, so that's 15 over 25 and it becomes 3/5. Thank you. Just very quickly, I could do another fraction for you now here. Right, let's just quickly look at this one. 1/12 plus 5/6. Again, formula's the same. 12 fives are what? 12 fives are 60, and 1/6 is 6. So 12 times 5 equals 60. 1 times 6 equals 6. So it becomes 66. There. Yeah, so 12 fives and 1/6, that adds up to 66. So then you just say 66 over 72, because 12 and 6 go into 72. Thank you for looking at that. So the answer then becomes 66 over 72. That's the answer, but you can cancel that one down, so it's not the final answer again. So you could do it this way, 33 over 36 and 11 over 12. Thank you. So that 11/12 I think is the final answer. I think anyway. Yeah, 66 over 72, 33 over 66, 11 over 12. Thank you, yeah. So 1/12 plus 5/6 is the question there. And then the answer's there. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you very much. Sometimes they say on some maths questions, I've noticed, they'll say things like, we'd like to have two prime numbers that add up to 32, for example. So then you just say, well, there's 19 and 13 add up to 32. So we want to have 32 isn't a prime number, but what we want to do is we want to find what two prime numbers add up to, who could add up to 32. So 19 and 13 are two prime numbers, and they add up to 32. So 19 plus 13 equals 32. You've got some other prime numbers here. Just I'll give you. Right, you've got a choice of these prime numbers there. Thank you. I've done the commas there. Thank you for looking at that. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to show you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And then just another thing I'd like to say, 28. So just quickly, I'm covering quite a few things today. So let's look at the number 28. And what goes into 28? 4 times 7, 1 times 28, 14 times 2, so you've got your choice there. Just wanted to show you that. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that number there. Thank you for looking at that. Yeah, you see 28, 4 sevens are 28, 1 times 28 equals 28, 14 times 2 equals 28. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you that. Thank you for looking at that. What else? Just a few more things to do before I leave you today. Right, I just want to quickly write this out for you. Show you, just do some things that you might want to know. Here, if I put here, just want to do this quickly with you. Right, here I've written, I'll write this out. Right, 16a squared, divide that by a plus 3a times 2. Thank you for looking at that. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got 16a squared, divide that by a plus 3a times 2. Now, how I would do this would be this way. Now, that's the answer to that one. So 16a squared divided. So you've got 2a's at the top and 1a at the bottom. So what you do is you just cancel that like that. So those two are cancelled, the one at the top and the one at the bottom. And so you're just left with 16a. So that's the answer to that one. Thank you very much for looking at that. Thank you. Right. And I just want to do another thing here for you. Write another thing down. Right, I've got here, that's a 3 there, and that's 125a, 3. So doing square roots here. 3 there, 3, that's a 3 there. And then in the 125a, 3 there. I just want to show you that. So then you just say 6 times 6 is 36. Plus 8 times 8 is 64. So that's 100. And then the square root equals 10. Just want to show you that. Yeah, thank you for looking at that. And then here you see the bit here, 325, 3, that's the cube thing there, the cube. And then it's that 3 equals 5. So that's 5a there. And I'll tell you why it is, because 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5 gives you 125. So that's what you do there. So it's 5 times 5 times 5. That equals 125. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for looking at that. Lovely. Right. And just another thing I want to quickly do with you before I leave you today. So if I I just want to write this down, this little sum here down for you. I've just written the values here. So v squared equals u squared plus 2as, and 2as means 2 times a times s. So that's how it works. 2 times a times s. So if you got so that's how to do that bit. And then v squared. So find the value of v. I think I'm not sure, but I'm just writing this sum down actually, just to try and help you here. So if you write that down, that's 12 times 12, which is 144. So if you see something like that, it's a squared, and it's going to be 144. And plus 2 times minus 3 times 18. So 2 times minus 3 times 18. So a is minus 3, the value of a is minus 3, and the value of s is 18. So 2 times minus 3 times 18. So then it's 144 from that 12 squared bit, plus minus, and the plus and the minus is a minus, 108. That's 108 there. Thank you for looking at that. Yeah, that's 108. So 2 times minus 3 is, so that's minus 6. 6 times 18. Yeah, so 6 times 18 is 108. So I put 18 times 6, just to remember that that's what we're doing there. 18 times 6. Right, I just want you to see that. Yeah, thank you for looking at that. And then, so then, and then we just say, so 144 minus plus minus, and the plus and the minus, as you know, ends in a minus. So 144 minus 108 gives you 36. So V equals 36 equals 6. So I just want to show you that. Thank you for looking at that. That's the final answer there. Thank you very much. Thanks for looking at that. Lovely, thank you. Thanks. Six times 18, just very quickly. 6 is 48. 1 6 is. So 6 times 18, it gives you 108. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Lovely, thank you for looking at that. I just want to finish with just one more thing to do now on standard form, actually, I'd like to do with you today. And then I'll finish with the other. I'll wrap things up now with you. Yeah, so if we look at this here, just want to show you that quickly. So that's 5 noughts there, 8623, 8623, 8.623 times 10 minus 5. That's standard form there. Yeah, thank you for looking at that. Lovely, thank you. And then if I just, so that's done like that. Thank you for looking at that. And then just one more thing to do now. If I write this down here, yeah, I've written this sum here down, this number now. 7,441,976, I think. So that's 7,441,976. If I just do that there, do the commas there, 2 commas there, as you can see. And always work with 3. I always go back my last 3 and I go that way. So from your right, the last number on your right, you just then do 3 all the time, and it's quite a good sort of way of making sure you haven't gone wrong there. I just want you to see that. Now, if I wanted to write that to 3 significant figures, so I'm write this now, write it down to 3 significant figures. 3 significant figures. Lovely. Thank you for looking at that. So then I just look at that number there. Just underline the 1 there. Just look at the 1 there. So 7441. You look at the 1 there, and it's below 5, so it's not going to push the 4 up to 5 there. So it just the answer then is 7.44 times 10 to the 6 to 3 significant figures. So I've got sig there to 3 significant figures. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Yeah, so and with decimal places, like for example with money, it's always it's 2 decimal places. If it's 50p or something, or 55p or whatever, it'll be to 2 decimal places with money. That's how I sort of found that helped me a bit as well. So yeah, and I'll just do this now. Thank you. Right, so if I just show you that as well quickly, that number there, and that is 4.3 times 10 to minus 4 I think it's that. Thank you for looking at that. Lovely. Anyway, thank you for watching me today. Lovely. Thank you very much. And if you like what I'm doing, if you could, that's a 3 there, 4.3. Yeah. If you like what I'm doing, could you subscribe to my channel, please? That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.